Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something interesting. The Bulgari Octo Roma Worldtimer.
That's right.
Our mission really is to unpack the details, figure out why this watch is getting attention, and what makes it this sort of stealth wealth travel companion people are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's fascinating, isn't it? How something can be, highly praised, but also fly a bit under the radar for some folks.
It really is. And that's sort of the perfect place to start, actually.
Yeah, how so?
Well, you mentioned the contrast. You've got the Octo Finissimo series, which everyone knows super thin, very avant-garde, gets tons of buzz.
Like the record breaker.
Exactly. But then there's the Octo Roma family, where this world timer sits, and the sources describe it as something of a dark horse.
A dark horse. Okay, so for you listening, what does that even mean? How can something be great but still kind of quiet? Is that intentional?
That's the interesting question, isn't it? I think what's fascinating here is the Roma's design itself. It's got this softer silhouette, a bit more conventional maybe, relaxed proportions.
Okay, so less extreme than the Finissimo.
Precisely. And that positions it perfectly as a potential, daily wearer, a real powerhouse for everyday use.
Hmm.
Some sources even float the idea that it's Bulgari's answer to something like the Patek Philippe Aquanaut.
Whoa, okay, that's a big comparison. Aquanaut.
It is. And it makes you think about their market strategy, their design philosophy.
Mm.
It suggests they're not just about breaking thinness records. It seems like it's more about consistent, small improvements over time. And that's made the Octo Roma line genuinely compelling now.
So more evolution than revolution for the Roma line, maybe. Aiming for that robust wearability plus elegance.
I think that nails it. The Finissimo is sharp edges, extreme thinness. The Roma offers curves, a more, let's say, familiar feel on the wrist. It doesn't shout.
Right.
It kind of reveals its quality when you look closer. That's very much that discreet luxury, that stealth wealth idea.
Okay, so that dark horse thing really shows up in the case design then. Let's unpack that. It's 41 millimeter S, right? But how does it wear?
It is 41 millimeter wide, yeah. And it has this broad, angular profile you expect from an Octo. But the key thing here is the finish.
The black coating?
Exactly. It's entirely matte-blasted, black DLC-coated stainless steel. DLC, that's diamond-like carbon. Super tough stuff.
Ah, okay. Scratch resistant.
Very. And it gives it this completely uniform, non-reflective black look. A real monochrome mono finish vibe.
And black is slimming, right? That old trick. Does it work here?
Oh, absolutely. It's like a textbook example. Even though it's 41 millimeters, sources say it visually compacts the watch, makes it feel more like 39 millimeters on the wrist.
Interesting. So it's not just looks, it's using color or the lack of it to affect perception. Very stealth wealth.
Totally. And that uniform matte black, it actually brings back some masculine punch to the softer Roma shapes. The sloping top bezel, the rounded octagonal lower bezel, those unchamfered sides.
Right. It toughens up the curves a bit.
Yeah, it gives it a more modernist architectural feel, I'd say. And it's surprisingly thin for a world timer, just 10.8 millimeter thick.
Wow, that is slim for a complication like that. Makes it very wearable, I imagine.
Eminently wearable, especially for travel. And there are nice little details, too, like the split groove edge on the crown, that little overhang from the octagonal bezel, things you notice up close.
And practical, too. Water resistance.
Yep, you get a sapphire display case back to see the movement, and a pretty capable 100 meters of water resistance, so it's built to be used.
Okay, so the case uses black to simplify, almost. But then the dial, it seems like it does the opposite. It adds complexity, but only using shades of gray.
That's a great way to put it. And here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Because this fully monochrome dial is actually more legible than a lot of world time dials out there.
How do they manage that? World timers can get so busy.
Well, part of it is the dial opening itself. It's circular, more conventional than the octagonal openings on some other octos. That might tone down the octoness a tiny bit.
But it helps with layout.
Probably, but you still get that Bulgari feel, like those slender, kind of chic Arabic numerals at 12 and 6. And the main texture,
The Clous de Paris.
right, that charcoal gray Clous de Paris pattern is like tiny pyramids, creates this great texture. But here, it's got this unusual softened matte finish. It works really well with the Roma's softer lines, gives it a unique look.
So texture doing the work that color might normally do. That's clever. But what about the actual world time function? You mentioned legibility.
Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect.
Yeah.
It has that common issue where the main minute hand sometimes overlaps the outer time zone ring because the central dial is a bit small. It's a problem you see on many world timers.
Right, a classic constraint.
But despite that, the way they present the time zone scale and the inner 24-hour ring is really quite handsome. The typeface for the 24-hour scale is slender but has character.
Okay.
And they use color subtly within the grayscale. The 24-hour ring is black on gray, split day-night, which adds depth. And then the outer city ring is white on black, which makes it pop just enough and adds personality. It all just works.
It sounds like a masterclass in monochrome design, actually. Okay, let's shift gears. Under the hood, what's making this thing tick? It's an in-house movement, right? The BVL 257.
It is, yes, the BBL 237 automatic world time movement. And for Bulgari, this is a solid showcase of their skills. They're always pushing for thinner movements.
And this one?
It's pretty slim for what it does, just 6 millimeters thick.
Hmm?
The design is smoothly modern. You see attractively crisp Côte de Genève stripes across the bridges.
That wave pattern. Classic high-end finish.
Exactly. And tasteful little cutouts showing parts of the gear train. The rotor has that usual bowed shape Bulgari uses with matching stripes and a dark coating for contrast.
And performance-wise?
Performance is, well, it's decent, not earth-shattering maybe.
Yeah.
42-hour power reserve, runs at 28,800 beats per hour. Standard stuff, really.
Okay, so 42 hours is fine, but not huge these days. Is that a trade-off for the complication?
It can be, yeah. I think the critical feature here, especially for a world timer, isn't necessarily a massive power reserve. It's the ease of use.
Ah, how easy it is to change time zones.
Exactly. And this movement has really quick, intuitive time zone adjustments. That's what makes it easy to actually travel with, which is the whole point.
Right, practical usability for the globetrotter. Makes sense. Okay, so we have the case, the dial, the movement. What about how it actually attaches to your wrist? The strap.
Yes, the finishing touch. It comes on a black rubber strap.
Rubber. Interesting choice. How does that fit in?
It's actually a really smart choice for this watch, I think. It fits that modern masculine character, and it ties into the dial.
How so?
It's got the same Clous de Paris texture molded into it. Nice little detail. And functionally, it's soft, breathable, really flexible.
Comfortable for travel, then.
Definitely. Light and comfortable enough that you'd actually want to wear it while hopping between time zones. And another interesting touch, they didn't go for a deployant clasp.
Oh. What did they use?
Just a simple, clean, matte-finished pin buckle. It feels kind of classic, maybe more understated than a folding clasp. Again, fits that stealth vibe.
It all seems very cohesive. Okay, so pulling it all together, what's the big picture here? What does this Octo Roma Worldtimer represent, especially for you, the listener?
Well, I think it means that the Octo Roma family itself deserves more attention from enthusiasts. Its easier wearing shape, those warmer curves. It's been a bit overlooked, perhaps.
So this Worldtimer is like a statement piece for the Roma line.
I think so, yeah. It's a really masculine, contemporary statement showing how exciting this line can be. It wraps everything up in this sporty, globe-trotting package that's perfect for someone who appreciates quality but doesn't need to shout about it.
That subtle quality, again, and availability.
Yeah, it's available through authorized dealers. The price point, the MSRP is $10,800 USD.
Okay. Well, thank you for walking us through all those details. It's been a fascinating look.
My pleasure. It really is an interesting piece,
Yeah.
and maybe something for you listening to think about. In a world that's often about, very obvious luxury, what is it about this stealth wealth approach that makes a watch like this one so compelling, especially for people in the know? How does a design that favors subtle complexity, wearability, how does that capture a different kind of prestige, a different kind of desirability compared to just, say, flashy innovation?
That's a really good question to ponder. Why quiet luxury resonates? Maybe think about that, and perhaps keep an eye out for other dark horse designs quietly making their own powerful statements. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dives.